What roles in cybersecurity can become remote? You're on the clock.
There's okay. There's a. I mean, I wouldn't. There's very few roles that I believe cannot be remote when it comes to cybersecurity. But I think that more to your point is, at when I'm going on the job hunt, how can I target specific jobs in the hopes of being remote? Definitely don't want to be in the SOC because um, pager duty and all the other things. However, I think that you need to correlate that question with your capabilities. What are you bringing to the table? What do you or how? What can you do? Um, there is log analysis that you can do as long as there's a VPN that is in place for the corporate structure to which you become a part of or who you want to work with. I mean, to be fair, I think that's a pretty vague question. I think that most most roles can operate in that way outside of government, right? If you gotta be aware. Do you want to work with government? If you expect to work with government and be remote, that may be quite more challenging than if you work with some type of SOC as a service or organization that supports a or internal security team that supports different things. I think you'll always end up in a hybrid model when you're in cybersecurity. So I wouldn't lean too heavily on remote.
And I'd say too, right? Just about any position in anything can be remote for the most part. But the question is the company willing for it to be remote? Right.
Hmm.
And especially like, because I see like outside of cybersecurity, right? I have so many people who come to me because they want to like, I primarily do QA. So they come to me, QA. I want to do QA, but I want to do remote. I want to do remote. I want to do remote. And like, all right, what's your experience? I'm just transitioning. I just took a boot camp or something like that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
well, it's not going to be easy because like during the pandemic, okay, sure, like people were hiring remote and stuff, but now they're like, especially when you're entry level, you don't know that much, right? You're still have, wet behind the ears. So they want you to come in so that they can like see what you're doing and stuff like that, and help you. Like people like you and I, it's easier for us to get remote because we've been doing this for a long time. But even with that, it's still not easy to be remote, right? Like,
But let's unpeel that just a little bit more, and it's gonna sting a little bit, guys. Don't cheat yourself from the experience of being around graybeards. And when I say graybeards, I mean people who are experienced in their craft that have been doing it. Like I get the comfort of okay, I roll out of bed, my uniform is my underwear and my t-shirt because no one can see me during the Skype call. But think about what you're leaving on the table. Think about the opportunities to go and talk with that network engineer that is crazy about BGP and really understands it, and all of the opportunities to learn that you got. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the guy that's going to fight you on comfort over stress, but I mean, put a little skin in the game. It's that's probably toxic of me to say, but that's how I feel.
no, but not for real though. But like when you're just getting started, you need to like be visible, because that's how you're gonna learn, right? You'll drown if you're brand new and you don't have people that you can directly ask questions to and stuff like that. Green KC, he says in my chat, currently works hybrid, 3 days on site and 2 days at home, which
Yep,
that is pretty like
that's a
companies they
pretty
are
good deal.
very willing to be hybrid. Like some they might have you do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And then you get like those 2 days to be remote at home and stuff like that. And I think you get the best of both worlds like that. But it just depends on the company. It depends on the business. It depends, like if, like you were saying, if it's like government, you might need a security clearance, and they might want you to be like on site and stuff like that. It just depends, and it also depends how much you might be getting paid. If they're paying you X amount of dollars to be like on site, I'll be there every day, right? Versus like if it's like it just
Hey,
depends.
let me take a real quick. I'll take. Can you throw 2 minutes back up on the clock?
You got it.
Um. So first of all, I gotta endorse what you're saying, right? When as a, I mean, all right. So yes, I'm making some money, and I just my role just got shifted to where I went from almost remote 90% of the time uh to in-house. I have to come in. I'm every day I'm in the office, right?
Uh-huh.
um I love what I do, and so it doesn't matter, and they're paying me a reasonable amount. And so I think that when we talk about people who, if you're just starting out, please go in the office. Don't have the you don't have legs to stand on to fight. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's ridiculous for me to come out of college or to come from some boot camp and then demand to work from home. Yeah, well, at the numbers that we're asking for too, right? Because they're saying, "Hey, I want to make 200,000 and not go into the office," or even I think it's kind of crazy to ask for 125,000 with no experience, and then I work remote. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're not getting the oversight that you need. And let's not forget, a lot of people in cybersecurity, when you're first starting out, you don't want to look like a fool. So if you don't want to look like a fool, what's going to happen? You're not going to ask questions. Well, in the office, it's an environment where it gets you familiar and comfortable, where you will ask the questions and you won't feel goofy or have imposter syndrome. Trust me, I've had it. That's all I got.
And I'd say too, whatever stage you're at, still sign up for Sox University January 11th, right? Because then you can get a mentor, someone that you can ask questions to, someone that can help you and stuff like that, you know? So like use every single resource, and it's not that expensive either, right? It's like the boot camp for boot camps, right? so
It is
so
indeed a
get a
preparatory
mentor,
course.
you know? So there you go. Perfect. All right.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.
Enigmatic Joker.